All right, we are at 09:02, and I think it's a good time to start. Um, I think we have a good number of participants who are already joining us. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's Trade Awareness Workshop, which is specifically for wool and mohair, as well as cotton exports. My name is Tandega Njangas. I'm hoping that I'm audible. Um, I would like today's session to be very interactive. So, if we are not going to be speaking, please just kindly show thumbs up if I do ask a question that you cannot answer verbally. But my name is Tandega Nchangase and I'm from the NAMC. So basically, just to lay foundation for what are the expectations for today and basically why are we gathered here today. I think the Department of Agriculture, in conjunction with National Agricultural Marketing Council, basically have been planning virtual trade awareness workshops for a while now. And this time around, they've targeted the wool, mohair, and cotton, which is the fibers industry. And the target audience is basically these producers or traders, as well as FPSU and extension officers, so people who work in that environment. The workshop is just a webinar, so we are all just joining virtually. And then the aim of this webinar is basically to raise awareness on all critical aspects of the exporter value chain for those who are interested to participate in exports either directly or indirectly. As you have potentially seen, some of the topics that will be covered are from the government side of things, which include DTIC and the Department of Agriculture, as well as from the industry as well, which then will speak to the support measures offered to prospective exporters, as well as the relevant standards required for exports of cotton, wool, and mohair products. You might find as well in these type of webinars that people who actually participate are not only those who are going to be part of the agenda today. You might find that it's not just information sharing from the presentations that we have, but we might have more people who are on the platform who are willing to share a thought or two on some of the things that are already happening. I was hoping that when we started today's day, we'd have the budget speech and we'd know what will happen to the agricultural sector. But as we all saw yesterday, that was postponed. A few housekeeping rules for everyone. Please kindly keep your mic off as you're joining. Kindly raise your hand if you'd like to have a question asked. I know that we have a segment for question and answers, but I think we'll see how the program goes. If there's a lot of burning questions as we go along, I think we'll try and be more accommodating for those. So to start, I would like to basically start off with welcoming Mr. Mutunga Maluta. Mr. Mutunga is basically the Chief Director at the Department of Agriculture for Inspection and Quarantine Services and the Registrar of the Fertilizers, Farm Feeds, Agricultural Remedies and Stock Remedies Act. So basically, Mr. Mutunga knows a lot about the policies parts of the Department of Agriculture, especially when it comes to plants. And agricultural science graduate as well with an MSc degree, and his career actually started at the ARC. Mr. Mutunga, please take it away.
Good morning, colleagues. I hope I'm audible. Colleagues, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've been given a task to welcome the delegate and also to outline the purpose of this webinar. So good morning, colleagues in government, farmers and farmers associations, traders, in this fiber value chain webinar, and please feel welcome to this webinar. Let me also then take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this webinar in putting together the programs and the speakers that are aimed at raising awareness on opportunities that are there in the export market, specifically for cotton, mohair, and wool fiber. As Mem Changase have already indicated, my name is Marutha Muzunga, and I'm the Chief Director within the Inspection and Quarantine Services. But I'm also the co-chair of the Animal Value Chain Roundtable, which is a platform specifically aimed at fostering collaborations amongst government, industry, and labor to ensure that the animal fiber sector becomes or remain internationally global competitive. Because we strongly, together with industry and labor, believe that if we can make sure that the industry becomes global competitive, it will indeed contribute to government priorities of ensuring that we have economic growth, but at the same time also ensuring that the sector provides jobs, in particular in the rural area. We all know how important agriculture is within that specific sector. So I'm quite fortunate that I am in the value chain roundtables with a sector that is very passionate, although they are very small, but they are very passionate and focused on the issues of export, and they have been doing very well in that area of export. So today's webinar, largely it is aimed at making sure that the growth that the animal fiber sector is enjoying, that growth is inclusive. And that is also part of government priorities of making sure that the growth in this country should be inclusive. Hence, we have to make sure that we target small or emerging farmers so that they can also enjoy the growth that the sector is achieving at a global level. So in achieving today's objectives, colleagues, the organizers have put together a very valuable program. Particularly, it focuses on making sure that we provide information on incentives that are available for promotion and marketing, and also understanding the phytosanitary requirements that are required when one wants to export the cotton, wool, and mohair fiber in the market that we are going to hear today. We also then brought the captains of the industry, that is the cotton and mohair and fiber, so that the initiatives that are in place we can then incorporate, or you can understand how then we incorporate the target market, that is the emerging farmer, into the current value chains that are available within the fiber sector. So we have brought the captains of the industry who will then be taking us through the value chains that are available, opportunities that are available for the emerging farmers. So these sections, as Mem Changase have already indicated, we will indeed want it to be very interactive. So opportunities for questions will then be provided after each sessions we have gone through each session. So feel free to ask these questions. As you are aware, or maybe some of you may not be aware, so the department together with NAMC have been running this series of webinars for some times now. And I'm informed that this series of webinars have proven to be very successful. And I'm quite confident that even the ones that we are running today, it will be successful. So please take opportunities of this collaborative platform that the department or the government together with the industry is offering in making sure that, as I've indicated, that we can increase export opportunities, but in particular making sure that the export opportunities that will be available or that are available also make sure that it is inclusive. So with that, colleagues, I want to wish you a very fruitful engagement. And as I've indicated, please make sure that you take the opportunities that are going to be offered at this webinar. So with that, I would like to hand it back to the facilitator. Thank you very much, colleagues. And I'll also make sure that I remain part of this discussion until lunch. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mudzunga, for that comprehensive introduction to today's session. And as Mr. Mudzunga said, everyone, please participate. One thing about these platforms that it awards everyone is to see where help can come from. Sometimes we think we know where we're supposed to get the help that we think we need, but in actual fact, we've been knocking at the wrong door. So I think this is the perfect opportunity for everyone who's in the industry to know where each help comes from. And if you are unsure, you have this platform to actually ask the questions to some of the issues that you might have presented here today or not.